श्याम दादा 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 श्याम.
Occupied minds. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. After months of planning, designing and hard work, the momentous occasion of the inauguration of Sadhu Vaswani International School Auditorium, a dream long due and finally fulfilled.
With the blessings of our divine gurus, Sadhu T.L. Vaswani and Dada J.P. Vaswani, on behalf of the entire staff of Sadhu Vaswani International School and the student community, I, Roshan George, is extremely privileged to extend my warm welcome to Didi Krishna Kumari, Working Chairperson of Sadhu Vaswani Mission Pune, Dr. Basan Ahuja, former Director of COEP Pune and the Working Chairperson of Sadhu Vaswani Mission Pune, and other dignitaries from the mission. We shall begin today's function with a traditional havan to invoke the blessings of the Almighty and sanctify this magnanimous auditorium. May I request Monica Didi to perform the havan, and may I also request Aarti ma'am to bring the dignitaries onto the stage for performing the aarti.
Let us now listen to a beautiful kirtan with complete devotion in order to seek Ma Saraswati's blessings.
And a fountainhead of illuminating ideas. It is this vision that today we are standing here with pride by taking the count from 40 to 1400 students in the span of few years. Our entire school campus is today vibrating and echoing its prominence. May I now request Dr. Basan Ahuja, former Director of COEP Pune and the Working Chairperson of Sadhu Vaswani Mission, to share his thoughts on this occasion.
Dada Sham, I asked Aarti ma'am if I could be excused. She said you speak for half a minute. You give teacher a podium, a mic and an audience, internal clock is set to 60 minutes. I'm speechless. All the beautiful work, all the activities that we see around us in the mission, be it the Seva department, the Seva activities in different fields, be it healthcare, Seva, medical facilities that we offer to patients, be it schools and colleges, everything that happens at Sadhu Vaswani Mission has blossomed out of Rived Dada's blessings, his kripa, his grace. And as we greet you and welcome you, each one of you this morning, let this consecration of this auditorium be our little offering to Revered Dada and Revered Sadhu Vaswani. It's both joy and blessings for all of us as we have dear Krishan Didi to bless this inauguration today, inauguration of the auditorium. In fact, Aarti Patil Madam wanted to conduct the first year's session for the parents sometime last month, and she said we will not have this until Didi is back from her yatra, and we will have the inauguration at the hands of Didi Krishna Kumari. And it's an auspicious day that she's here. She is inspiration to all of us, the driving force. It is she who is keeping us together, keeping us going, with this one aspiration that we fulfill Revered Dada's dream of serving society, serving humanity with compassion and care. In fact, the school that we see here today has also come out of her vision. She always kept mentioning to Dada and to all of us that we have a school for boys as well. We have schools, colleges for girls. And that is how the school came up. In 2012, in small tenements, I would say hutments, this little school started. And it has grown to this stature today. Right from getting the land for the school, we owe this to Mr. Moti Milani for getting us this piece of land from the BCMTDA for the school. And then the planning that went into the making of the school. Revered Dada gave hours and hours of his time into planning of this school and how this school would be modeled as one of the role model schools, not only in the city, not only in the state, but in the country. And Revered Dada wanted this school to be a school where we create men and women, as he always used to say, of character. And that is why He gave us this tagline for the school: molding minds, cultivating character. Yes, schools do produce learned men and women, but I think what Dada wanted was men and women who are learning people, not learned but learning, always willing to learn. It was revered Sadhu Vaswani, I read in one of his books, and he said, true education is moving away from the darkness of fear, darkness of prejudice, darkness of being indifferent, into light, light of love, light of peace, light of serenity, light of faith. And that is what is true education, Sadhu Vaswani said. So our teachers here have a greater responsibility of molding minds of the students, making them to think, to be people of learning, lifelong learning, and also cultivating character, imbibing in them the ethics, the morals, the values that we all cherish in life. And it is with this ideal that this school has been started 10 years ago, and we have this wonderful auditorium today. We must appreciate and thank each one of those who have contributed. Sadhu Vaswani Mission is blessed with a band of dedicated, devoted workers and volunteers. Moti Milani is one of them. He worked tirelessly for the construction of this school, this auditorium. Our very own dear Sudhakar ji, day in and day out, right from that small little school where we had only play and learn classes to what we see it to today. He left his job and he came and volunteered himself to be a part of the mission and work for the school. His dedication, his devotion is unparalleled. Thank you, Sudhakar, for your contribution. And I would put it in Didi Krishna's words, she would also want to appreciate and applause Ms. Aarti Patil, our principal. She deserves a round of applause. For her dynamism, for her devotion in leading this school to be one of the best schools, in leading the school to be a school known for its values in education. She has been the pillar of strength, and we only have to request her that would this work well for the school, and she's always there to take it forward with all her simplicity and humility. This is in these words I'm trying to describe her. Thank you, ma'am, for being there for all of us, all your teachers and the students of this school. And we would also like to thank Vascon, the builders, who created this wonderful monument. Vivek ji is here. Thank you, Vivek, for being here. Mr. Divanji, Mr. Vishwanathan, Mr. Gula, for creating this wonderful auditorium. A big round of applause for them also. And we would urge each student, each pupil here to imbibe true lessons in life, to be true human beings as Dada would have wanted. And he would have been very happy today to see this wonderful auditorium and the school grow in his vision that he had for all of us. With these few words, I would like to thank each one of you today, all the members of the managing committee and Didi Krishna for blessing this occasion and for inaugurating this wonderful auditorium for us. And Didi is so very happy with this beautiful auditorium that she said that 5th September we celebrate Teachers' Day. She said we will have Teachers' Day celebration for all the teachers of the Sadhu Vaswani Mission, family of schools over here, and 5th September. So more responsibility for our and our teachers and our students. Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful little kirtan and performance that you presented to all of us. So thank you once again. Thank you all. Dadasha.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with the words of true wisdom. The other prominent dignitary amidst us today is Didi Krishna Kumari, lovingly known to us as our Krishna Didi. Didi is soft-spoken and an ambassador of love and compassion, who has taken up the responsibility of fulfilling the dreams of Dada and extending his dream beyond the shores of the mission. It is indeed my honor to welcome Didi onto the stage and request her to share her pearls of wisdom with us.
Dada Sham, each and every one of you. Today we have gathered together on this beautiful occasion. We are consecrating this beautiful auditorium, Dada Vaswani Auditorium, at the lotus feet of our masters, revered Sadhu Vaswani and revered Dada J.P. Vaswani. This auditorium, this school, is actually their gift to us. But we are offering what already belongs to them at their lotus feet today. I was really so happy to see this beautiful, this gorgeous, this fabulous auditorium. And when we had the Vachan from the Nuri Granth, what was the Vachan? Beloved Dada himself said to us that today he is present amongst us. So beloved Dada and Sadhu Vaswani, they are with us here today. They are living pictures. And we are so happy that it is with their blessings, in their inspiring presence, that we all have gathered together today. Beloved Dada opened the school with a special dream because he believed that children are the builders of tomorrow. You today who are sitting on these chairs, you are the ones who will build a new world, a new India. And therefore he said that the education that should be given in our schools, yes, it should sharpen our intellect, which is very, very important. And you all have the best laboratories, the best library in your school. You have so many other extracurricular activities. I'm told you all are even going to get a robotic laboratory. So yes, sharpening of the intellect, it is very important. But along with it, molding our minds and cultivating our character. So there will be development of all three: our intellect, our mind, and our soul. Because man is a combination of three: body, mind, and soul. And in the school, an effort is being made to keep your body strong, as I said, to keep your intellects, to sharpen your intellects, and to mold your minds. Mind plays such an important role because we are what we think. Our thoughts, they are the ink with which we are writing the destiny of our life. Therefore, thoughts play a very vital role in our life. And the third thing is cultivating character. In this beautiful auditorium on the stage, you all will have many events, traditional events, cultural events, performances, musical plays, dramas. Each of you will participate in those dramas, in those events. Each one of you is endowed with so many skills, with so many talents. Some of you, we saw, many of you were such good singers. Some of you are graceful dancers. Some of you are wonderful actors. You all will get a chance to perform on this beautiful stage. And beloved Dada always reminded us that, remember, life is a stage. And on the stage of life, we all are actors. Each one of us has to play so many roles at the same time. When you come to school, you all are students, isn't it? When you go home, then what roles do you play? As children. You all are children of your parents, you all are siblings. So you all play different roles at home. Again, when you move out into the world, you play another role. You play the role of a friend, you play the role of a mentor, you guide people sometimes, you guide your friends. So there are so many roles every individual has to play. But beloved Dada always reminded us that life is a stage and we have to play different roles. But we must play each role in the best capacity. Whichever role is assigned to us, we must play it in the best capacity. When beloved Dada was a child, he narrated to us this incident. He was asked to take part in a cultural event and there was a play organized, and in that play, beloved Dada was given the role of emperor, of an emperor. Napoleon. You all must have heard the name of Napoleon? Yes? So he was given the role of Emperor Napoleon, and there he stood in his royal majesty giving orders. There were so many soldiers around him, there were so many people around him. And in the next scene, he was given another role. He was given the role of a boy servant to a wealthy zamindar. So in the first role, he was the emperor, and in the second role, he was just a boy servant. And when he was playing the second role, his mind said to him that this rich zamindar in the earlier scene was just your soldier, and now he is giving you a command, because the rich zamindar, that was the role he had to play. He looks at child Dada, who's now a boy servant, and he tells him brusquely, "Get me a glass of water." And beloved Dada was tempted to tell him, "What do you mean? In the earlier scene, I was the emperor and you were my soldier. How dare you order me?" And Dada said, "I thanked God that I did not yield to the temptation. If I would have done that, the entire play would have got spoiled." So we have to play different roles at different times. But each role that we are called upon to play, we have to play it in the best way possible. Here when you come, you have to play the role of a student. And beloved Dada gave us 5 tips, 5 things that you must do to be able to play the role of a student in the best way. Today there is no time. When I meet you again, we will discuss the 5 C's which beloved Dada said each student must cultivate so that they play their role as a student in the best way. You all want to play your roles in the best way, isn't it? Yes? You all want to be successful. You all want to move out of the school as leaders, as achievers. Who is a true leader? Who is a true achiever? And how do we become true leaders and true achievers? When we meet next, we will definitely see the 5 C's. We will consider the 5 C's that beloved Dada passed on to us. Today, we have gathered together on the inauguration of this beautiful auditorium. I feel deeply grateful to Dr. Basant Ahuja, the director of the school, the managing trustee in charge of the school. You all saw he was so sweet, so soft-spoken, so to the point, but he is a man of many qualities, of dedication, of devotion, of dynamism. We are fortunate that he is heading this beautiful institute. And we feel deeply grateful to our dear Aarti Patil. Beloved Dada used to always say that the school is not merely buildings, not merely auditoriums. Yes, they are very, very important. But a school is an atmosphere. And I know that every child who comes to the school, every parent who comes to the school, they feel the positive vibrations of the school. They regard the school not as an academic institution, but as a temple of learning. Why? Because it is due to the efforts of our dear Aarti. She has created that atmosphere and she has built together a beautiful team, because everything takes place only with teamwork. She has brought together, inspired, motivated a beautiful team of teachers, and we feel grateful to each and every teacher who has contributed to the growth of the school, and we look forward to you to take the school from success to greater success. So we feel grateful to dear Aarti for keeping up this beautiful atmosphere and trying to implement the ideals for which the school stands. Because Sadhu Aswani said to us that a school, the intention of his dream to find us, to build this school is not just to have another school. There are so many schools, not only in Pune, not only in India, but in the entire world. But Sadhu Aswani wanted a unique school, as I said, where children receive the training of the head, the hand, and also of the heart. And we are happy that our dear Aarti is putting her best to translate these ideals into action. Aarti, keep up the good work that you are doing, and may Dada's grace continue to flow on you ever increasingly. And of course, we cannot fail to recognize the man behind everything, our dear brother Sudhakar. He also has a passion in his heart. Whenever he reads anything on education, he immediately forwards it to me. And that is his passion, that the school should really be a true educational institution that will be worthy of being offered at the feet of our masters. Dear Sudhakar, you have a great responsibility. And I'm sure with Dada's blessings, with Dada's grace, with Dada's guidance, you will carry this institution along with everybody else and make Dada happy and proud of this beautiful institution. Thank you, dear Sudhakar. Thank you to all the teachers, and to you, my dear students, who are actually the pride of our institution. The school has been opened only for you, and we will be happy when you move out of the school, you really contribute to the building of a new world. You change society, and you usher in a new world of peace, of prosperity, of joy and happiness. Thank you so much, Dadaji.
Dada J.P. Vaswani said, and I quote, "We are all attracted by shortcuts, quick fixes and easy solutions, but character takes time to shape and build," unquote. It has been Dada's vision to empower students by imparting quality education in an harmonious environment by integrating the training of the body, mind and soul so as to shape their strength of character. Let us now lend our ears to our ever-smiling Dada, who will now impart his valuable thoughts on character building.
Sadhu Vaswani founded the Meera school. When do you know? When was the first school founded? On the 4th of June 1933 in dear, distant Hyderabad, Sindh. What was the purpose of this school? Why was the school founded? There were many schools in Hyderabad, Sindh, many schools in Sindh, many schools outside Sindh in different parts of India. What was the purpose of starting the Meera school? Therefore, let me put to you another question. Otherwise, at a question-answer session, you usually put questions. Today, I have been asking you questions. Let me put to you another question. What, according to you, is the one urgent, the one piteous, the one great need of India today? Ideal of honesty. Very good. Freedom. Very nice. May I tell you what is the greatest need of India today? May I tell you the one piteous, the one urgent need of India today, what it is? May I tell you? What we need in India, we have everything else. We can become a very great nation. We can become one of the greatest nations in the world. But what we need is men and women of character. Men and women of character. This is the great need of India today. We have everything else. We did not have foreign exchange 5 years ago, but today we have so much of foreign exchange. We needed 5 years ago heavy machinery, electrical machinery. Today we have everything in India, but we don't have men and women of character. And Sadhu Vaswani started the Meera school with this end in view, that we may be able to produce men and women of character. Sadhu Vaswani said, if you want to build a new India, remember, new India will not be built in the Lok Sabha or in the Raj Sabha, but new India will be built in the home and in the school. Give to your children the right type of training in the home, the right type of atmosphere in the home, and the right type of education in the school. And you will have men and women of character. Sadhu Vaswani said, my hope is not in people who have grown up. They have become old. They have formed certain habits. They cannot give up those habits. Therefore, he said, if you want to build a new India, you must begin with the child. You must begin with the child. The child is receptive. The first 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years of the child, they are receptive years. Once the child crosses 10 or 11 or 12 and becomes a teenager, he will not listen to you. How many of you are teenagers today? Do you listen to your parents? Most of the teenagers that I know, they think their parents know nothing. We know everything. That is what teenagers tell me. When they meet me, they tell me our parents know nothing, we know everything. But if you are still a small child, your mind is receptive. That is just the time when we can inculcate ideals in their hearts and in their minds. Therefore, Sadhu Vaswani said, begin with the child. Begin with the child. Begin with the child. You want me to tell you a story? The story is about a businessman. A businessman returned from his office. He settled down in his easy chair. You have seen those easy chairs? Huh? In those days, they used to have easy chairs in which you could stretch your legs. And he came and sat in that easy chair and he started reading the daily newspaper. When his son, who was only 3 years old, he came and disturbed him again and again. Just to keep the son busy, the father said to him, my child, I am giving you the world map, which he cut out from an advertisement in the newspaper. He cut it into bits and gave those bits to the child, told him, go and fix the world map right and I will get you a box of chocolates. The father was sure that the child will not be able to do it because he had no knowledge of geography whatsoever. But the child came back within a matter of minutes. He brought the world map and the father was astonished. He said, how could you do it? You had no knowledge of geography. Then, as you know, the child told him, Father, behind the world map was the face of a child. I put the child right and the world map came out right. So you have to put the child. All you have to do is to put the child right. All you have to do is to put the child right and the world will come out right. All you have to do is to put every Indian child right and India will come out right. So the responsibility is on you. You who are children today, you are the builders. You are the hope of the future. You must build your life in certain ideals. Take up one ideal, whatever ideal appeals to you. Purity, prayer, simplicity, service, truthfulness, trustworthiness. Take up one and say, I will bear witness to this ideal. You will have built up your character. And thank you. And may the Lord continue to bless you ever increasingly. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Your words will be always remembered, and we promise to imbibe your values in our lives too. It's my humble request to our principal, Ms. Aarti Patil, to propose the vote of thanks.
Dadasham. It was 31st March 2014, my divine time with Dada at 8:30 p.m. in the mission. Dada was interviewing me to become the principal of the school. And he asked me a question. One of the questions that he asked me was, what is more important, outer cover or inner matter? I instantly said inner matter. Dada said no, even outer cover is equally important. You must have a good outer cover and pure inner matter, and only then will you be successful. So thank you, Dada, for giving us this beautiful outer cover for the school. Anyone who enters the school, they say, wow, but it's not that. While going back, they say, your admin staff is so respectful. Your teachers are so loving. The entire staff in the school is so caring. There are so many positive vibrations that we feel in so many areas in the school. So that is the inner matter that you have created in us over a period of time. You have done wonders on our minds and hearts. So thank you, Dada, for everything. Thank you, Krishna Didi. dedication is the word we had learned in the dictionary. You are the practical implementation in your service for that, and we are learning from you, and we all at SVIS promise to give dedicated service till the time we are serving for the school. Thank you, Basant sir. Your wisdom amazes me. Very few words, few powerful words, and after that I don't need to ask a question. I can just give the product effectively. Thank you for always being with us. Thank you, Priya Didi, Gulshan Didi, Manshu ma'am, Rajni Didi, Nirmala Didi, Moti Milani sir, Mohan uncle, Mr. Jaithani, Ruby, all my other friends, principals. The doors are always open anytime we go to the mission, and we just feel at home. This magnificent auditorium is the hard work of 5 years, led by the dedicated team by Sudhakar sir. And I think kudos to him, the way he has chased everybody. We all thank him wholeheartedly for the kind of work he has actually got done from every vendor to the perfection and to our expectations. So thank you very much, sir, for your valuable contribution. And my beloved SVIS family. Our family has right from teachers to admin staff, to our maushis, to watchmen, to anyone, everyone. They all have equal dignity in this school. We cannot work without anyone's contribution. Everyone is equally important. Growth from 42 on roll in 2014 to 1400 on roll today is all because of the dedicated work done by the entire team. Everyone just takes up every responsibility cheerfully and makes sure that the task is done. So thank you everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm going to end by a little touching experience that I had with Dada. One of the touching experiences, I can say. In the initial years when we joined, Dada used to invite all the principals to the mission to have breakfast on every Thursday. So every Thursday we used to look forward to going to the mission and sitting with Dada to have breakfast. As the school started running, days started getting busier, and Thursday being the industrial holiday, at school there always used to be a crowd. So finally I decided to give more importance to the work, and I didn't go for breakfast. I remember the day, it was 20th November 2014, Thursday. I didn't go for breakfast, but I was sitting here and my heart was there. I was very upset for not going. All of us say that Dada reads hearts, and that is so true. My mind was there, my heart was there. Though I was doing my work sincerely over here, suddenly at 2:45 in the afternoon, I received one mail from Dada. It said, "Dearly Miss Aarti, the heads came here this morning, but the eyes were searching for someone whose face I could not see. But I felt the throb of her heart." Thank you, Dada, for connecting our hearts with you. We promise on this day that the entire SVIS team will stay connected with each other and make your dream come true. Dada Sham.
Touch. Similarly, an auditorium will be lively when it is used effectively by people. It is indeed our privilege that such a beautiful auditorium is part of the SVIS campus. We promise to use this place to groom and display our talents. Thank you.